Yo, 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 what's going on out that fight? Where this your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on three future Hall of Famers in this fight game. We have Terence T-Boy Crawford, a three-division world champion, a former undisputed world champion, the current WBO welterweight world champ. Then we have Jermell, the Iron Man Charlo, who is the two-time WBC super welterweight world champion, but he's the current undisputed super welterweight world champion. Then we have Errol, the True Spence Jr., the WBC, the IBF, and the Super WBA unified welterweight world champ. He's the king of the welterweight division. And, he's about to get ready to take on Terence T-Boy Crawford July 29th for all the marbles. As both mans put everything on the line. But, he has to get ready for the biggest fight of his career. And what better way of getting ready for Terence Boy Crawford than sparring your stablemate, Jermell the Iron Man Charlo, about 20-plus grueling rounds getting ready for a bad motherfucking Terence Boy Crawford. Now, we know Errol, Spence, and Charlo, they sparred multiple times before. Multiple. But I think they finna turn the heat up in this sparring session. Yeah. They about to turn the damn heat up in this sparring session and go harder than they ever went. Because we know Errol is finna go July 29th, and we know Mel Charlo got his date coming up soon. So what better way of both of these boys getting ready for their opponent was sparring each other. Two top pound-for-pound fighters and two of the best fighters in the world today. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we know Mel, he always wears hard on his sleeve. He always talk about how great of a sparring session he had with Errol the True Spence Jr. He already admitted that Errol Spence hit him harder than any man ever hit him, right? And that they sparring just be off the chain, bro. You feel me? They sparring beat off the chain. We know how Derrick James coach, and we know Derrick James is a non-nonsense coach. You feel me? But the things that he teaching Jermell Charlo, the things that he teaching Errol the True Spence Jr., and they working on them against each other? What? Who can beat that? Who can beat that? You got me and my sparring mate, both, future Hall of Famers? I got 4 scraps. He got 3 scraps. All he need is one more to become undisputed like me. We go work. You understand? We go work. And Jermell Charlo and Errol the True Spence Jr. is working for this man right here, who is a bad motherfucker, man. Can't take nothing away from Terence Boy Crawford. He in there, he working his ass off. And he got some dogs to work with if he can bring Shakur Stevenson back to the camp. But Shakur Stevenson is not in the camp. You feel me? But he has Keyshawn Davis over there, and a few others, so-called Steve Nelson, right? So when we're looking at these names and the caliber of fighters he has over there is not comparable to what Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo has. But Bud is a ultimate professional. You know what I mean? He's an ultimate professional to where they're going to bring in the right sparring partners that they need. You feel me? They're going to bring in the right sparring partners that they need. And if y'all haven't seen my sparring videos about Bud and Errol, they're going to beat the shit out of their sparring partners, the ones that they bring in. You understand? They're going to beat the shit out of the sparring partners that they bring in. Because they just too talented, they just too good, and both of them are top-notch, pound-for-pound fighters that, if you're coming off the street or you're coming from another gym, you won't stand a chance, right? But if we see Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo, that's real work right there. That's dog work right there. That's some shit that you can't buy. You feel me? You cannot buy that type of sparring, bro. No matter how much you go looking for it, unless you bring in another undisputed world champion. You feel me? But who could Terence Crawford bring in that can match Jermell Charlo intensity? Huh? Who can he bring in? I don't see nobody. You know what I mean? He can bring in somebody skill-wise, but the intensity that Jermell Charlo go bring with Errol Spence to get ready for the big fight July 29th, I think is unmatchable. And this is just my opinion, right? I know y'all might be like, well, he can bring in this fighter, he can bring in that fighter. I'm just saying, the way Jermell Charlo worked and the way Errol the True Spence Jr. worked, that shit is just fireworks. And it matches, bro. And it's real. It's authentic. You know what I mean? They both there with Derrick James. You feel me? So when you're there with Derrick James, the coach, who can watch it, who can manage it, but you can get right back in the ring with him, you feel me? Ain't no getting away from it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the best. That's the best, bro. Because you can do that every day. You understand what I'm saying? You can do that every day, getting ready for one another, fam. And not saying they go spar every day, but shit, more than likely they could. You know what I'm saying? But it'd probably just be too much, you know what I mean? It'd probably just be too much, and Derek don't want them to go too hard on each other, so you have to switch it up and work on different things. But Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo sparring, bro, getting ready for each other bouts, that shit is just, I would pay to see that sparring. That's how good it's gonna be. I would pay to see those two dudes spar inside that square circle. And not only that, they might even end up fighting one another in the future. You just never know, fam. You just never know. Like, we know Errol going to 154. We know Mel Charlo say he's not going to relinquish his titles no time soon. He's holding on to all his belts. Kind of, let EJ know, if you want my titles, you got to come and earn these motherfuckers. But right now, getting ready for their up-and-coming fights, and these dudes working with each other, Errol Spence is on a whole nother level right now. You feel me? EJ's on a whole nother level right now to where he locked all the way in, bro. He's not playing no games. He's not cutting no corners. So if he's sparring Jermell Charlo, he's going harder than he ever been before. Jermell Charlo understand that Errol Spence is on a whole nother level and not bullshitting around. And he got to be on a whole nother level and not bullshit around because he getting ready for his big-time fight coming up. You understand? And not just that. He want to let Errol Spence know, you ain't just go dog walk me inside that square circle. And you feel me? You ain't going to make no example out of me, homie. Yeah, you my brother. I got love for you, but we go work. We go work. I heard what you saying. I heard this, I heard that. You feel me? So we go work. And with that coming into fruition, they just sharpening each other's tools up that much more, bro. Sharpening each other's tools up that much more and not playing no games, fam. Not playing no games. Like I say, it's going to be hard for Bud to find that type of sparring partner to get that type of sparring in. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying Bud ain't going to have good sparring partners. I'm not saying he's not going to go out there and do his thing to be ready for Errol Spence. But to have somebody big like Jermell Charlo, that punch like Jermell Charlo, that can box because he's most definitely a fucking dynamic boxer, right? He came into the game being a boxer. You feel me? So if he came into the game being a boxer and turned himself into a puncher with Derrick James, that just tell you, the caliber of fighter that Jermell Charlo is, bro. He can switch it up. He can get better on the fly. You know what I mean? He can switch it up. He can get better on the fly. Same with Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Errol can switch that shit up and get better on the fly. A lot of people look at Errol as just, he want to come forward, brawl. No, he can box his ass off as well. He can box. Understand, he was a 2012 Olympian and arguably the best one out of the entire group. You know what I mean? A lot of people had Errol Spence as the best Olympian in 2012 and that they picked him to be a world champion and go the farthest out of everybody. And they was correct. You understand? They was most definitely correct. So, man, listen. Errol and Jermell is working their ass off, fam. They working their ass off to get ready for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford has a real problem on his hands, bro. He has a real problem on his hands because Errol Spence is not finna play no games, man. He's not about to play no games, and he coming in there to take that goddamn scrap. He's coming to take that shit. You feel me? Now, like I say, I'm not saying Bud not working his ass off. I'm not saying Bud not putting that hard work in. But when I see Errol Spence working with Jermell the Iron Man Charlo, bro, that shit is going to be special. It's going to be special. And a lot of people are sleeping on that. So get ready to see the best Errol the True Spence Jr. that y'all ever seen. All the predictions out there, I'm not worrying about none of that. I'm looking at the skill and the talent. I know what Errol Spence possesses. I know what he brings to the table. And I got him whooping Terence Boy Crawford ass, taking that scrap and becoming the new undisputed welterweight world champion in the four-belt era. So y'all get ready to watch EJ put that work in, watch Crawford put that work in, and get ready to get credit where credit is due. Let's go work, EJ. Let's take that scrap. Let's make history, and let's move on to bigger and better things. Shouts out to Bud. Shouts out to Mel. Straight like that.